Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I am a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses, and today I have a junk journal with me video working in my Hobonichi Techo, which is my daily journal. So I'm just flipping to my next page spread that I need to fill in, which is this Wednesday and Thursday. And since I have these wonderful goodies from your creative studio surrounding me on my desk, I just filmed an unboxing for them before doing this journal with me episode. So I definitely want to use some of these items to decorate my page, and I hope you sit back and relax and enjoy this video. So I'm just looking through the items that were in the box. A big thank you to Amanda for sending me this amazing box of vintage style goodies. I adore these envelopes, and they're one of my favorite items that were in the box, but I won't be using any in today's page spread just because they're quite thick. Not only, is the envelope thick already because it's 2 layers of paper, but the paper itself that makes the envelope is quite, sturdy and thick as well. So I wanted to keep my Hobonichi Techo as slim as possible, which is quite hard. But yeah, I thought this tissue paper was perfect. It's wonderful for laying down a background or for collage work, and all I do is rip it. So I thought I'd rip 2 of the corners and then stick those in 2 of the corners of my page spread. So the first corner that I ripped had the rose, so I really liked that. And then I love the kind of script or the handwriting on the paper as well. Oh, the theme for this stationery box for this month was like letter writing or writing, that type of thing. So that's why there was the letter paper and the envelopes and that kind of thing. So I love that letter mail postage theme, all wrapped up in one, and right up my alley. I love, stationery and all that kind of thing. I pulled off some of these stickers from the packaging. I like how it has a little picture on it of what is in the packet, and writing that tells you what was inside as well. But I didn't end up using them for this particular page spread. I do stick a couple on a previous page spread where I had some blank space, but I just found, there were so many wonderful goodies that I wanted to include on this page that these stickers didn't really fit on there. But just preparing them anyway, pulling them off and salvaging those so I can use those elsewhere. And then I will go ahead and use the stamps. There were 4 of them in this particular box, so I'm just going to be using some Tim Holtz De-Stress ink in I'm not sure of the official color name, but I'm using black ink. And I just wanted to show you some of these papers here that came with the subscription box, and they're just so beautiful. I really, really love those. Again, I would love to have included those on my page spread, but I wanted to preserve those for using as pages inside the journals that I make. These stickers all came in one packet, and I love, the stamps, the postage stamps, the little labels. They're right up my alley as well, so I definitely want to include some of those later on. Then we've got the washi tape. Definitely want to include a bit of a swatch of that, so I'm just going to run it down along the bottom of the page. A lovely vintage looking tape there, always useful for most journal pages, just to add a bit of decoration or to tip in some ephemera, make a pocket, that kind of thing. I am going to use the thank you card and just glue that directly down onto the page. Usually I like turning that into a pocket or attaching it with washi tape so that it does flip open. But I just want to stick that directly down on my page, and I'm putting it at the top of my page, because I tend to stick things on the bottom of my pages in this particular journal. So that's what I did at the start when I was using it, and now I kind of have trained myself to stick my pieces of ephemera, especially the thicker pieces, in the top of the journal so that it balances out and it won't be too bulky at the bottom and narrow at the top, but hopefully it will be the same width across the whole journal. So another thing that I'm trying to do as well is put some of my ephemera and things that I stick onto the page in the middle of the pages. So again, it won't be bulky at the top and the bottom and really thin in the middle, but nice and even throughout the whole journal. And I'm just using my glue stick to glue down these beautiful pieces of tissue paper. And yeah, I love how that looks, just giving some beautiful decoration to the page. And making sure that I'm keeping myself enough blank space to write in and document what I did both of those days. And then it's just a matter of kind of filling in the spaces with the other pieces from the kit. But I think the next thing I do is do the stamping. So I kind of work with the bigger items first, making sure they can fit on the page, and also the essential items. So I definitely wanted to include that washi tape and the business card or thank you card. And now I'm looking for places to fit in the stamps, and I will go ahead and stamp those out now that I've laid them all out. And I have always been impressed by the Your Creative Studio stamps, by how intricate and detailed they work. And yeah, the stamps I've always been happy with. I am not personally the hugest fan of stamping in general. I love the look and everything, and I think it enhances a lot. In your junk journal, when you're flipping the pages and you see stamping on the pages, I do really enjoy that. But I think for me personally, it's just I can't really be bothered with fussing around with acrylic blocks and peeling off stamps and sticking them on, and then how to store them on the acetate sheet. And then I don't know if it's just here in where I live in the warmer climate, but my stamps sweat and they get all kind of wet as well, so that's not fun. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, I find it too much of a process, too much finicking around and all that kind of thing. I think I much prefer the stamps on wooden blocks. While I do love the idea of the acrylic blocks and peeling and sticking, so that I guess you can save more space and all that kind of thing, but that's too much hassle for me. I just want to get a wooden block that has a stamp permanently stuck on there and use that. So I have been culling or decluttering my stamps at the moment and just keeping my favourite ones. So there's some florals, some butterflies, some script. I think there's some music, like sheet music. And I would love to get like a label stamp. I think that would be cool because I love my label stickers. But if I had a stamp, then they'll never run out. Like stickers run out, but the stamp you could use over and over and over again. And I like the idea of even making your own, I guess. Stamping pieces of paper, cutting out the paper, and then you can stick that on the page whenever you need it. Maybe pre-preparing those stamped pieces of paper. And I used to do that for tags and journal cards and things like that too. But yeah, I am very impressed with the stamps always, but personally, yeah, they're not the kind of thing that I necessarily would use unless it's one of those like staple supplies, like a label stamp or one flower, one butterfly, that type of thing. So yeah, now I'm just going to grab some stickers and place them all around the page pretty much. I'm going to do a little bit of layering and kind of do a bit of collaging around the place. And in the end, yeah, I was really happy with how the page turned out. Just trying to represent a bit of each item that was in the box as much as possible anyway. And because I'm a detail person, I was looking at the words and the colours of the stamps and tying that, or not stamps, stickers, trying to tie that into what I did each day for these page spreads. So for example, I chose that round green stamp for the Thursday because I finished reading a book called Green Lights, which is the biography of Matthew McConaughey, and that green stamp kind of reminded me of a green light, like the stop sign or the stoplight is red and the green one means go, that kind of thing. And then he also travelled, like in the book he mentions his travels and how that was a key part of his life, and teaching him about life and a big part of what made him into who he is. And so I looked for I keep calling them stamps, I guess because they're stickers of stamps. Looked for ones that kind of related to travel, and he spent some time in Australia, so, and of course I live in Australia, so I chose the one that said Australia. And then with these little pieces, I didn't realise in the unboxing that they were stickers, but yeah, I just realised it during this journaling session. How cool are they? So I'm just choosing a couple as well to use, one on each page. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think the last thing I do is just add one of the transparent stickers with the dove or the pigeon with the envelope in its mouth to add to the page as well, because there's so many. I love that little set of stickers because I love things that come in bulk. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this journaling session. I do my journaling in a separate video, which I will be putting up over on my Patreon if you would like to see how I fill in the blank space and chat about what I actually did on those days. So yeah, I will leave the link below to my Patreon in the description box. Hope you're doing really well, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in April. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for another month. It really means the absolute world to me, and I could not do this without you. If you would like to become a patron in May, I will leave the link below to my Patreon down in the description box. That's where you get access to more videos from me, personal updates, printables, and if you're a Ruby patron or higher, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy with a new kit each month. If you would like to support my channel through a one-off donation, you can do that through PayPal to my email address or through Buy Me a Coffee. And if you would like to be part of any of my journaling courses, I'm starting them again in May for the month of May, so feel free to email me to register, and I hope you have fun journaling your life because your stories matter.